Okay. Sit. Good. I'm going to release her to be free. Go up. Make sure that she doesn't pop up. That's one of her bad habits. If you're not making sure she's distracted by people behind us, no. She pops up, you say no, and gently but firmly put her back. If you're not making sure that she really does wait for you until you release her or tell her to do something, then you're not going to have anything, because her whole problem is that she's reactive and she's highly anticipatory, and she's been taught bad habits like popping up to get rewards, and she has no sit stay or down stay. She's developing one now, but that means you have to be really careful. If she jumps the gun like you saw her just do, put her back, do it again. She's a bit distracted by people across the street. Go. That's how you release her. And you're going to have to help her sometimes. Like, that's what go means. She goes away from you. She's free. So when I call her back to come to me, just to make it really simple for you, here are the mechanics of the whole routine. Left hand leash, right hand reward. You got your natural balance in your right hand. She likes the lamb flavor. I always call the dog back to me when they're looking away from me, because that's the whole exercise, is calling the dog away from a distraction. In her case, it would be another dog or something like that, a dog at a fence line across the street or something like that. So you always want to make sure that she's looking away from you, even if she's going to sniff something, or if you want to practice your recall, never call her when she's staring at you. What you need is you need her to break away from something and come back to you. That's what's going to happen in real life, and so you have to practice it that way. So she's looking over there. She turned around to look at me, so sometimes they won't stop looking at you, so I'll just show you how to do that. You create your own distraction. Toss a piece of food over there. Come! She was distracted. I call her back to me. Good. My left hand grabs this leash here. That's why, because it's going to be on your left side, so it's really easy. Your left hand just grabs the leash. You step into her. Sit. Good. She's so good now. You've called her back onto the clock, into work mode. That's how we do it. Okay. Okay. Sit. I'm going to do it again one more time. Go. She's free again. Here's another piece of the chicken. I'm going to toss this little piece of chicken over there. Come. Call her back to me. See? Backing away. She comes to my right hand target. That's a fist. As soon as her nose touches it, it opens up. She gets her reward. And my left hand grabs the leash, so she can't take the food and run off. If you don't grab it, you don't have control of her. So take the leash, step into her, sit. Good. I didn't have a piece of food ready, so I just said good and petted her, which is actually what you're going to be doing later on. Okay. Because you want to phase the food out in a few weeks. Sit. Good. Right now you're saying good when you give her the piece of food, and if you want to pet her at the same time, you can go like this. Hey. Good. Later on, when she knows this really, really well, the food goes away and it's good, and she still feels like she got a reward almost, and she still definitely has a pleasurable feeling about that good and the pet. So you start to phase the food out, because you don't want to have to stay with food for months and months, because actually that's detrimental to the whole process if you do that. We got a lot of distractions on the street, but she's still staying in a sit stay. Okay, one more time, the recall, because it's so important for you to do. Sit. Good. Go. One. Left hand leash. Right hand reward. Since she's looking at those people there, let's use them as a distraction. I'll call her back. Or that over there, whatever she's looking at. Come! See how she's coming to me? If she veers off, change the direction that your body's going in, and she'll change hers. Good. As soon as her nose touched my hand, my target, it's a fist, right? It opened up. She got a reward. My left hand grabbed the leash. Step into her. Always turn into her. Sit. Good girl. Good. Never go right, always go left. Like you've seen me all through these different clips, I'm always going left, because the leash will always stay loose. You turn right, you're going to end up pulling her again with leash tension. You're not going to be teaching her anything. Training is teaching the dog the moves without a leash, without leash tension. So there's a minimal amount of leash tension. And then later on, if you really practice this a lot, she'll be almost off leash. She will be able to go off leash, but she's quite a ways away from that now. So that's your recall. And we just have a 6-foot leash here, but you can practice it with longer leashes as well. Make sure you back away, because that draws the dog to you. Make sure you use your target, because later on, there's not going to be anything in here, but she's going to love to come to this fist. She can't see there's nothing in there. And she'll always come to it, and as long as you reward her, you praise her, give her a pet, say good when she comes to that fist, later on, it'll save her life someday when she's running out in the street and you don't have food or a leash or anything. So do it the way I've showed you here, and it works really well. Okay.